Head coach Kirk Talley, your team went down to St. Olaf on Saturday, suffered a 37-18 loss. You've been through a lot of preseason or season opening games as a head coach. How would you grade your team's performance from Saturday?
Yeah, I think overall our performance, I was very pleased with where we were at to set the foundation for the season. We've got a pretty young team all the way around, and we were very competitive. Certainly some mistakes that we need to correct, but a lot of fine-tuning as well. However, I feel that for how young we are and for St. Olaf and where they're at in their program and things of that nature, that we played fairly well.
Northwestern faced a 21-6 deficit at halftime with negative rushing yards as a team. What adjustments were made during the break to lead a well-controlled third quarter by the Eagles?
Well, yeah, certainly it was our offense took control of the football. Coach Johnson does a great job of finding out what defenses are inefficient at and trying to exploit those inefficiencies. And so Coach Johnson made some adjustments. I actually listened to him at halftime a little bit because defensively we felt like we just need to keep playing and getting better as the game went on. And certainly that was the case in that third quarter.
What's the status of the Eagles' kicking game right now after a blocked field goal attempt, and then you had 3 missed PATs on Saturday? Twice in the third quarter you elected to go for it on 4th down inside the red zone.
Yeah, certainly there's some things that need to be and must be fixed in regard to our kicking game. We felt like we wanted to continue to kick just to get practice. Games are really the best time to get practice. You just don't have quite the intensity level, the pressure that you would in practice no matter how hard you try. And so we felt like that was an opportunity for us to still stay in the game. We were going to have to score another touchdown or field goal anyway, and so that was the thought processes behind that.
So just a quick offshoot, first touchdown that you hopefully score this coming Saturday, send out the PAT squad?
I believe so.
Awesome. If you will, can you share your thoughts on quarterback Jake Fletcher's first career start under center?
Yeah, you know, Jake, as we saw during preseason, has got a great arm. I think his greatest asset, though, is just his competitive drive and doing it in the name of Jesus. I've loved the way he's handled himself over the last 3 years and now into his 4th season, first-time starter. Just like all of us, there's small little things that he can get better at, but for the most part, I'm excited about the rest of the season and watching Jake just continue to grow and mature and to lead this team as well.
If you had to choose a player of the game for your team, both on offense and defense from Saturday, who would those individuals be?
Yeah, I think Jake, as quarterback, your quarterback's always going to be your natural leader just by position. And so I think Jake did a nice job there, and certainly the guys surrounding him as well. And then on defense, our leader over there is Vancy, and he had a big game for us as well, playing, and certainly some other kids did well. But overall, I was pleased with most people's performance. It was a hot game, so we had to rotate people in and out, especially defensively, quite a bit.
Were you okay going down to Northfield in your road whites on a 90-degree day compared to St. Olaf in all black?
Yeah, I was surprised they had the all black, but if that's what you have for your home uniform and you don't have anything else, then more power to you. It was probably a hot day for them with the helmets and the jerseys and pants in black, so I was very pleased that we were in white.
Let's shift gears a little bit to your opponent for week 2 in Eureka College. It's both teams' UMAC opener, so there's more riding on it for you and their coach, Kurt Barth. First off, Eureka comes out of last Saturday with a win. They won 21-17 over Knox. Does it make a difference attitude-wise as you look to the next game coming off a win or a loss from the previous week before?
Yeah, I think you're always a little more hungry, but our focus is always going to try and be on being the best that we can be as a program and as a team, and not the wins and the losses. As far as last Saturday is concerned, I saw it as a win in most aspects of the game. So for us, we'd call that a double win, even though we lost the game. And so certainly you'd rather win on the scoreboard, and it is important, but our highest priority is to be the best that we can be and to do that and glorify the Lord.
Northwestern is predicted to finish 3rd in the UMAC preseason coaches bowl. Eureka is tabbed 6th. How much weight do you give that poll?
I really don't give that poll a whole lot of weight, even though I have to vote in it. It's something that we have to do as coaches. I'm sure there's quite a few coaches that have the same belief that I do, that you base your opinions off of last year, and I don't do a ton of research on that to find out who's back and who isn't on all 9 other teams. So certainly Eureka's been a challenge. I mean, they took us down to the wire last year, and I don't see anything different this year in their football program. Coach Barth does a great job.
We should point out that you're not allowed to vote for yourself in that poll as well.
No,
so.
that's true.
I'll do a little research for you and tell you that they returned 10 starters, Eureka did, to last year's roster, but one guy particularly stands out as a loss in quarterback, Sam Durley. He graduated after having thrown 2,800 yards and 18 touchdowns last season. Does not having to account for a guy that does those kind of, puts up those kind of numbers, make it easier?
Well, you know, in some ways it does, and then there's always that unknown of who the next quarterback can be, because sometimes you can have a player like that and the next guy's even better. It'd be tough to beat Sam's career. He had a heck of a career there at Eureka, and so we're excited to just take on the challenge of Eureka and their offense, because it's pretty potent.
I know you haven't gotten a lot of time to study up on your next opponent, but what stands out about the Red Devils from your knowledge of them?
Yeah, they've always been able to throw the football and do it well. They've been a team that has been very physical up front on defense, and so that's a challenge for us. And so we're excited to be playing at home in front of Football Frenzy.
Good luck.